Let's go to Cynthia. Cynthia's next on PTL. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, because I'm just going to say straight up, I think there is a disconnect between more affluent people in this country that would be leftist and more everyday people who are affluent or not affluent. I mean,
Okay.
So the non-affluent are more than happy to dance on Charlie Kirk. Don't care. The more affluent people who have more to lose, and you guys, it seems like, we need to be civil, and that's okay because you guys probably aren't living paycheck to paycheck. You're not as subject to the violence maybe and all that hateful rhetoric. But at the end of the day, it's like we do need strong leaders. We do need democratic leaders that are strong.
Sure.
Now, from what I understand, there is evidence that suggested when looked at the data, not that they were able to verify with the actual papers, the actual votes, but the data does suggest the last 3 elections where Trump won had been rigged in his favor. They show signs of Russian comment tails, whatever all that means. I'm not a data analysis. It's out there. People can look for themselves. That said, that's more than enough to basically be like, well, maybe we should investigate it. And if the data were to hold true, that means Kamala Harris did in fact win. If the data is true, if all that is true without verification, we can't really know. But if that's the case, now it's different because again, you guys and Kamala is more on the affluent side. I'm on the less affluent. I'm a very petty B word. I would be fighting like hell because
but she didn't fight.
I would not want to give up something
not
important.
to interrupt you, but she didn't fight. She didn't challenge the count.
Correct.
Okay, thank you for at least, acknowledging it. But that basically means that, and just to put it in the very brutal way to put it, like, basically people were not wrong to say, like, if Kamala Harris was president, because she was, not that she was more than less than a day, because she didn't even make it a day, without literally giving power over to an orange wannabe PDF file dictator.
Yeah.
Like literally, not even a single day. So I'm tired of people saying like, well, why didn't enough people vote for it? Well, first off, I think probably maybe enough people did. She didn't challenge the election results. So maybe enough people did. But the part of the problem is like she literally the one thing the right wing accused her of, she basically proved them right. So it's like, it's almost complete insanity. And then the whitewashing of Governor Newsom and the Democrats, because let's not forget, I didn't know this growing up. I went and I'm giving too much information probably now about myself. I wanted to be a cop because I was dumb. I was young, full of something that rhymes with dumb. I wanted to be a cop to help people, not knowing like what being a cop really is like. And I found mostly it just hurts people and this or that. And it's just, I don't even know. I'm so mad. I can't even remember where I was going with this, but it's just, the laws definitely do not apply to just the regular Joes and s'mores of the thing. And it's just, if you got ranked, you could literally just, I don't know, I'm going to make up something totally not real now. Keep that in mind. You could run over a guy drunk like a skunk and flee the scene and you'll be all right. But God forbid you're that one seaman that is late a minute past curfew. You're going to be confined to your ship without pay.
Listen, the justice system, I like to call the justice system sometimes the injustice system. So I certainly understand where we were going that, my friend, and I appreciate your call. Let's go to Sandy. Sandy's next up on PTL. Hey, Sandy, what's going on?
Yes, I am an African-American lady here in Texas, a mom of 2 boys in college, and this Trey Reed thing has me on edge.
Can you do me a favor? Sandy, I want to hear you, but you sound very muffled. So if you can talk into your phone, that'd be great.
Okay. Is this any better?
That sounds better. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'm a mom of 2 African-American boys that are currently in college. And what I feel right now is rage because they are in a small town in East Texas in college. And what has honestly been on my mind is allowing them to arm themselves. We have open carry law here in Texas, And it's just scary. I call them daily. The world that we live in today is so scary. I think back to Nancy Mace's comment when they were interviewing her prior to announcement that Charlie Kirk had passed away. And she went on a tyrant about this is the left, this is the left. But after they found out that it wasn't a black, it wasn't a gay, it wasn't an illegal, it was a white guy from Utah, cricket.
Yeah.
The next day when they asked Trump, well, what are your thoughts about Charlie Kirk? He rattled off something really quick and then went to the ballroom that he's building. Trump doesn't care about the everyday average American.
He doesn't even care about. I got news for you. He doesn't even care about Charlie Kirk. He was asked the other day, "How are you holding up?" "Oh, I'm fine." And then he just started talking about other stuff like the ballroom and other weird stuff. I mean, this man has no empathy. He claims he spoke to Charlie Kirk several times a week. Doesn't even bring him up anymore. I mean, he's just a narcissist and a man that has literally zero empathy.
I agree. And with the Trey Reed, my prayer is that they do a thorough investigation, not with the campus police or the city police. I believe there should be a federal investigation into this young man's hanging.
Not just that, I want an investigation into the local police department. Why did they lie to this young man's family? Why did they say it was not suspicious? If you see somebody hanging from a tree, you think automatically, oh, nobody could have done that to him. He must have done it himself. No logical person would think like that. But these police officers down there and these they are hiding something. And I want to know what they're hiding. I want them investigated. But guess what? You'll never hear that from Pam Bondi. You'll never hear that from Kash Patel. If that was somebody with a MAGA hat, they would be all over it. But it's a young black man. And I guarantee you 100% Donald Trump either doesn't know his name, doesn't know about it, or refuses to talk about it. I guarantee you.
The medical examiner, by the way, just updated and said it's going to be a few days before they can tell us what happens.
Thank you for the call, my dear. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mama Lisa is next up on PTL.
Mona Lisa?
It says Mama Lisa.
Lisa.
What's on your mind today?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, this here, Mama Lisa. I don't know where to start. I'm just a little nervous here. I hear the people come after the people when they got their own opinion and carrying on. However, as I'm a senior citizen, an old black woman here, don't bother nobody, never did. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of scary what's going on here. You know, when I turned 18, my mama encouraged all of us to vote. This here is a true story. I ain't telling you all no fables. We was directed to vote Democrat there. Mm-hmm. Didn't know why. You know, when you're young, you just don't know.
Mama Lisa, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 63 years old. I turned 63 this year.
All right. Well, I want to ask you a question because obviously Leonard and I are enraged at this situation that has taken place with this young man who was hanging from a tree. And the local law enforcement originally said that there was nothing suspicious about it. As a black woman in her early 50s, how does that make you feel to know that there are actually police officers out there, and Leonard is one of the good ones, but there are actual police officers out there that can see a young black man hanging from a tree, and their response to that would be nothing suspicious here. As a young black...
nothing to see. Everybody move on.
What do you make of that?
Okay, first, look here. He was probably paid off there and scared on the other hand. What do? You know, that they come after him and his family.
Yeah.
That's what I really believe. You know, that he was paid off to say certain things. If it wasn't paid, he was made to say it.
I tend that might be true. I want to ask you one more question, my dear. What would you say to the 20% of black people in this country that are men that voted for Donald Trump?
Well, look here. We looking for something. They didn't vote for him because they just know he was that way, racist and all, and can't. We was looking for change. I'm just totally being honest now. Don't get mad at me in the chat and can on. Ask me a question, I'm going to answer it.
Nobody's mad at you, Mama Lisa. Sorry.
Change, change, because the way the Democratic Party was going, it was going just too far, the people thought, that it wasn't doing nothing for the black people.
Mm-hmm.
that we had found out. You know, it's a lot of knowledge out there now that we didn't figure. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story that my what they call the things that your alma mater or your thing, my high school. You know what it was? The rebel flag, and we wore it proudly because we didn't know. They didn't tell us, and we didn't research ourselves.
Yep.
But it's not that they done changed it all now. You understand?
Yeah, no,
I ain't speaking no fable.
No, I know that.
What I know.
I know that. Listen, Mama Lisa, I definitely want you to call back. I love hearing from people like you. I really do. And that's why I wanted to get your perspective and by the way, you're a young woman, you're in your early 50s. I'm an old man, by the way. I'm 45, but I feel like an old man.
I'm older than you.
But I appreciate your call, Mama Lisa. Thank you so much. Johnson is next. Hello, Miss Johnson.
Hello, Brian.
Hi.
I can't marry you because I'm way too old for you.
I date older women, that's for sure.
I remember
Let's not
Leonard.
count you out.
I used to live in Newark, so I remember Leonard. So here's my thing. I'm trying to cook because I'm always cooking when I hear you on the TV and stuff. So what I want to say today is, and I think this is so funny, do you remember when Obama was president?
Of course. Yeah, sure. I met Barack Obama.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I love him.
Yep.
So the guest speaker, the House Speaker that used to sit, if you're looking at your television, would sit on the right-hand side. That man hated Obama. Every time Obama got in front, was saying something to, everybody, he would just shake his head. No. Well, guess what? And I'm bringing it up because these are facts.
Right.
That's why you have to be careful about what you say about people of any race, color, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter married a man straight from Kingston, Jamaica.
Right.
The man's dreads was almost to his ankles. And I thought that was so funny because he made it well known he wasn't crazy about black people. And he couldn't stand Obama. And then I saw pictures of the wedding in a magazine. And he looked like he was just, his face was like magneted, if that's a word, to the ground. Like he was so unhappy. So we got all these kids out here now, whether you're in grade school, high school, and college. And so if you're a racist person, you're teaching your children the wrong things because you can't go to high school or you can't go to college and pick your roommate. And so when these kids actually find out that you've been lying to them, and then when they get around other people and they see what you've been telling them is not true. And I believe that's why they act out a lot of times.
I don't think
I
don't think you're wrong about that. I think there's a lot of different reasons why people act out the way they do. I think some of it is upbringing. I think some of it is parents or lack thereof. I think people can be radicalized. I think social media is one of the worst things that happened in our society. I would also say that I think, watching certain TV shows and, certain radio shows, not this one. I don't think I'm brainwashing anybody, but I do think there's a lot of radio shows that do that with people that are far more influential than I am. And I do believe Charlie Kirk was one of those people. I said his name one more time. I said, he was
in the millions. Maybe you should call him Captain.